Pretty great hand. Playing a Yorion. Okay. I guess against Yorion, I probably don't need to grief on turn 1. By the way, please feedback, mic sound. Oh, MTG bot status. Let's make that a little bigger. Okay, first resub. Except I want the alert on top so that everyone can see it. I decided to put the alert at the bottom right over the logo. I don't know if it's too small or...
Happy New Year, playing my main modern deck.
Ooh, nice. Alright, so what were we saying? Oh yeah, we were saying they're playing thingy, so I probably can wait one turn to hey, need 20 push-ups. I might actually do some push-ups on stream today, or off stream, because I woke up a little late and I was making the overlay and I didn't have time to do my my morning push-ups, so... Center of the screen is still the best place for it. Yeah, but the people on YouTube rage, and I feel like they've got a point. Alright, let's start with griefing once. See what's up. Hopefully it's not all creatures. Spreading seas we don't really care about. Oh man. So what's gonna happen this game? Obviously don't want to take one of the creatures. I could just take... Problem is if I take Spreading Seas, they're gonna say go was Ice Fang mana up. They're gonna cast... I guess Ice Fang's minus... I can get Teferi on the way back with Charlotte's Agent. Maybe... And then I'm gonna get back 2 Griefs probably, and then take Iteration and Teferi. Alright, I guess I'll take Spreading Seas. And then... Maybe I should have just taken the Teferi. I'll get that. I'll do that now. Uh-oh, lag is still here. Huh. Alright, I'm gonna take the Force. And I'm just gonna say go for now and see what I draw. So yeah, I'll probably either draw land or draw a blue card. I don't think there's much else left in my deck. Ren and 6. That's kind of obnoxious. I mean, it's not a big deal, I guess, but... Could maybe not show them the land. If it matters. I could grief... What's in my graveyards? I could grieve their Teferi, but now if they top deck a Teferi, I'll lose. As I don't lose, I have to force it and then hope I draw another Cascade spell. We know their entire hands. It's these 4 cards plus the land. I mean, Grave has higher upside.
Happy New Year's, Gab. 23 months of RHE sewer life, and I've long since been used to the smell. Unfortunately, that same smell drove away my wife and children, but I still have you and this wonderful chat to keep me company.
I think this is more than enough to win the game. Hey, Optimus Prime. Well, hopefully it's all a joke, but I appreciate the resub. Force of Negation is nice because it's like means they're spending their turn casting Teferi. So I like that part. It also like, yeah, I think this is safer and better. It's also better at top deck spreading seas. Because I think my graveyard's good enough to win the game. Bottom Gross Reflecting Pool's kind of nice. Alright, let's see if we can run Godly here and draw black cards. No. We did draw another Cascade card though, but assuming this is just better. So Ice Fang is 1 power. Alright, good enough to say. Alright. I don't know what people play in these latest lists. I guess either way I'm gonna want Subtlety. One problem, I think they play Darwin's Vita now. Brazen Bar. I don't think I need Brazen Bar. Definitely want Subtlety. Definitely want Force and Grief. Playing the land is bad for spreading seas because it's just have Sanctum. Yeah, but yeah, I agree. If I had played the Grief, I would have kept the land in hand. But I think just keeping Force up was just good. Alright, what are they gonna have? They might have Rest in Peace? Was Renin 6 in Witness? I don't know, probably not. I guess Canister's Twitter would probably be a good place to look. Or Goldfish. Oh, I don't want the weird version. Was alright. So we're probably up against something like that. The Ice Fangs. 1 Endurance. 3 Veil of Summers. 2 Darwin's Vitas. Darwin's Vitas actually might be... I mean, it's not scarier than Endurance, but... 1 Sanctifier in Vec. Magus of the Moon. Lavinia. Alright, so they have a lot of Hate Bears. Few Hate Bears. So maybe I do need, like... something like a Dismember. Dismember. I kind of like to keep it just clean, you know. Super lean, super clean. What do I dispute? Counter Spreading Seas. Counters Teferi. Counters a couple of the Hate Bears. Is this a Sunken Runes matchup? I like to trim the Sunken Runes. Might be a Sunken Runes matchup. Alright, I think I'm just gonna keep it just super simple. I don't have interaction and I have a living end, but I do have a good mix of lands and spells, and I'm probably gonna need a Grief at some point. I think I'm gonna keep this hand. He mulliganed 6. Alright, who's ready for some tech support after this round? Help me do the settings on the mic. And how is the volume on the alert, by the way? How is the desktop volume? Is it about right? Alright, let's see. Let's start by cycling main phase in case we hit living it or grief. We can do that again. Alright, no grief. Give Nassif good grief. Red and 6, no fetch land. And they're on the mulligan. I like that. Alright, would love a subtlety here. That's not very useful. I don't know if I want to fetch right away because of spreading seas. So I think I'm gonna play breeding pool and then main waker. Alright, force of negation, I'll take that. Looking pretty good. He doesn't even have blue mana for Dovin's Veto. Could have endurance though. So kind of tricky. How do I play around endurance? Only has 5 cards. I could just like outburst in his upkeep. And then if he has endurance, I just get to do it again in a couple turns. Is that my best bet? Or I could cycle a bunch, try and hit a grief. I think I'll outburst in his upkeep. Feels like he needs to have endurance, he needs to draw a land to keep playing the game. Slightly scary part is I only have one living and left in my deck. Oh, Solitude. That's pretty good too. Solitude, exiling Solitude. Think that's okay. Gain a lot of life. He's down to 4 cards. It'd be really aggressive to force that. But as soon as he finds a fetch land, my life might become hell. Also, my force might get bad if he has I could honestly force. Force was Architect. I'm not even sure I'm gonna have time to cycle it. Hey, Happy New Year, Christoph. Man. It's probably as he finds a fetch land, then he gets it back. Then he gets to cast a Numnaf next turn, and all of a sudden my Born doesn't look so impressive. Alright, one of the most aggressive Force of Negation I've ever cast. Alright, let's cycle main phase. See if I can get myself a grief. Do I need a land? Not really. Kind of. I mean, depends if I'm trying to cast Living In right away again. They could both be good. What am I even gonna attack? I almost want to kill Ren and 6 first. I'm gonna take Waver. Psycho. I think I like trying to get rid of Red and 6. A lot of like interesting decisions this game. Could be totally butchering the game. Surprised he didn't just block in case I recast a Living End. Kind of scary. Every cycling card could be my last Living End. Every time I cycle. Also, always scary too, because now if I try to living in again and he drew an endurance, alright. GG's. Unlucky. Tough matchup for sure. Anytime they have endurance, a little scary, but you can get there. Alright, chat. Alright. Another pretty good hand. And it's the Lurrus deck. Against the Lurrus deck, I probably want a Grief on turn 1. In case they only have like Ragavan and not much else, or... It's also good against Inquisition, I guess. Okay. Oof. Drown in the log, double drown. Kind of interesting. It's like either Thoughtseize or Chandler. Chandler is a little awkward because they get it back, but Chandler kind of enables their deck. I don't take Chandler, they're going to play Chandler on turn 1. And then their Inquisition might actually hit something. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to take... I can take Thoughtseize too, right? I'm going to take Chandler. And do I even want to cycle on turn 1? Because they have the discard spells. Alright, I'll shock, we'll see. I drew another one. That sucks. Wow. Pretty brutal. Alright. I'm just gonna let them cast Inquisition, I think. They're casting Thoughtseize over Inquisition. Trying to think if if we have a little hand hider situation here or not. I don't think it's unreasonable against Living End, honestly, to lead was to lead was Thoughtseize. Because like the cards you want to take later in the game are pretty much always yeah, exactly. All the spells you care about are at 3 mana. So like you could argue that like you want to do Thoughtseize first in case I don't have one of these spells and you save Inquisition for later. I don't know. Definitely a little suspicious. I'll do that now in case I had a land. When did they draw? We know they have 2 drawn in the lock, so griefing here doesn't make a ton of sense. I wonder why they fetched. If they don't cast Inquisition here, then they're definitely like ghosting. Alright. Good. Alright, see? Opponent playing it fair and square. Do I need doubled green or double red in game 1? I don't think so. And... Huh. What do we know about their hand? They have double drone? I'm gonna cycle that even though this one pitches to grief, because if I draw a land I might... Oh, well that works. Oh! Wow. Damn. Speak about perfects. Speak about freaking perfects. Just in case they had that spicy force some negation. Roxa, iteration, drone, drone. This matchup's really tough. I think the blue-red matchup is like okay-ish, but you add like drum to the mix. Alright, let's see. Grixis Shadow is what it's like artifact hate. Hopefully they don't have like 4 pieces of artifact hate. So this is a tricky matchup. I think you definitely need Chewer. The question is, do you do Dispute and Endurance on top, or do you just try and keep it like simple? Brazenborg can be good against some of their slower draws. Just kind of pressure them sometimes. Trade was a thingy, but yeah, this matchup's tough because sometimes if your living end's not big too, they just can bring back a Death Shadow and break your board. Endurance is the nuts. Yeah, no, I think Endurance is pretty good, I agree. I think Dispute's also pretty good. But it is tempting to it is tempting to just try and keep your deck as lean as possible, and nothing Dispute is needed. They have 4 iterations for Drawn in the Lock. Drawn in the Lock's kind of tough, but it's not super easy for them to keep mana up. Alright, I definitely need the Chewers. I mean, the idea of Endurance is it buys you a lot of time. And it ambushes the creatures and stuff. But it's also not easy to cast. And obviously you're boarding out something good for it. I think Grief is actually like kind of mediocre. Endurance gets drowned? What do you mean? Oh really, right. The drown counters your spell cost 0. Alright, I'll do 2 Dispute, 2 Grief. Maybe I'll try not... I'll do 1 Endurance. Alright, I think I submitted. And even if I didn't, honestly, as the Chewers. I'm gonna miss the Chewers. Double, well, that's an easy mulligan. Alright, I got the sideboard in at the last second. They're mulliganing as well. I mean, this hand is a lot awkward. Guess I'll get rid of a Dispute. Keeping double Dispute's kind of tempting. I think I should keep the Grief. I get rid of the Force of Negation too. I mean, Grief is only really good if I draw a living in at some point. Because my outer cards I'm just going to want to cycle. Could just keep all the blue cards. This way I can force a spell bomb.
Happy New Year.
Yo, like here. Thank you so much for the resub. Happy New Year to you too. You like getting rid of the grief? Yeah, I don't mind it. This way I can force a spell bomb. Force a bubble. Yeah, I think keeping grief because I'm probably not gonna kill him super fast, so I could just draw like all creatures, including black creature. I could obviously draw a living end. And I'm down to 2 griefs, so... But I guess this is like the optimistic way of playing, thinking you're not gonna get unlucky and draw a living end. Thanks. Alright, I don't think there's any blue card I need to worry about. So they know about my, they know about my chore, eh? Alright, the bottoming grief plan looking pretty good right now. Hopefully they have iteration next turn. That'd be good for me. Ted, thank you so much for the resub. Ted Beardsley, welcome back. Uh-oh. 3 mana sacking. What's going on here? Oh, does Depth Shadow? Inquisition. Well, I guess I should cycle first.
We really should start thinking of names at Yellowhat.
I think I just let them have it, honestly. These disputes looking pretty bad right now, though. Sunken Ruin would be nice. Huh. We really should start thinking of names. What's up, Z Gaming? I cycle first to see what I draw? Because, I mean, Outburst is my best card anyways, right? I'm not gonna draw a card that's better than Outburst and Force, but maybe if I draw a blue card, then I decide to fight over it. Or if I draw the third land, or I don't know, I feel like, you know. I guess the problem with that is they have Solgat Lanterns, kind of bad for me. Damn, Chef kept the grief. Oh, hand looking super awkward now. I mean, to be fair, I didn't board out any cycling cards. I did board out Sunken Ruins, though. Alright, I need a little help. That's kind of help. Land or Cascade card would be nice. I guess I didn't have to... Oh yeah, I wanted to do it now in case I draw on tap red. I was probably just going to play my chore. Colligan's Command? Making me discard. Maybe Chore? Alright, I need a Christmas Miracle. Why not discard Grief? Because I want Grief if I draw black cards. to get rid of counter. Why would I keep in good sure? I think I should say go here. Say go one time. Try and see if I can snipe a black card. I mean, I should fight over that, right? Do they have Bolt? They don't play Bolt, right? So it's kind of amazing for me. They're just through. Oh, I would have drawn... Oh. I mean, any reason why I would cast Outburst over... I don't think so. Alright, well, in hindsight, discarding Grief would have been better, but I think you can see why I decided to keep Grief in this scenario. I already had the force for a Spell Bomb. Yeah, I don't know why they decided to go nuts against Endurance. Didn't make too much sense. It's so nice that it comes back to now. Out of one Endurance just... Because honestly, just... Oh, maybe they have Kolaghan's Command in hand? Maybe that's why they play that way? Your last card in hand could be Kolaghan's Command. That would make sense. It's not a Kolaghan's Command. That looks like a Lurrus. Okay. Assuming this is lethal, I can even like cast an Outburst. Look, the two biggest one, gain 2, go up to 9, take 11. Yes, I don't even have to cast Outburst. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? But it's lethal even now. Alright, nice. Things going my way so far. Alright, they're Lurrus. I mean, I have a really good hand. Not perfect, but can't realistically ask for much more. You might stream tonight? Okay, nice. Wait, what did Foothills? Oh, it's Junt? It'd be funny if they just took a living end. It wouldn't make a ton of sense, but... Whoops. Almost messed that up. Alright, I should... definitely grieve them right away in case they have another Inquisition. Kolaghan's Command is a break. Bolt's a break, so easy run in 6. Forgive the chewing sounds. Feel free to mute your stream. Almost over. Right, land secured. That's always nice. Yes, I should fetch to fin the deck. Probably fetch basic island. Junt? I think John Sagaman is a pretty good deck. What's for lunch? Leftover mac and cheese. Ooey gooey mac and cheese. Oh yeah. Mac and cheese is a pog. Um, Architects. Easy. Do I want to take a turn off? What I have in my graveyard's probably good enough. But I'm also not sure what I'm worried about in this matchup. Anyone? I mean, either way. No, they're playing Lurrus, so they can't have endurance. I guess I can say go, yeah. I don't have to do it in their draw step. Sometimes they have... Yeah, that's a good point. They're going to have one artifact hate card a lot of the time. Maybe let them play their Lurrus. Also, Mike Antor, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy your stay. I might as well cycle, right? Either way. Doesn't matter. Rewarded for waiting. Yeah, I mean, didn't really matter this game. Maybe I didn't have to cycle Street Race. Died to Quad Bolt. I guess the one thing I had to be worried about this game is getting super unlucky and hitting both my living ends. Alright, this matchup. You definitely need Chewer. Actually, maybe Foundation Breaker is better because they have Urza Saga. Against Blue-Red Murktide, even Blue-Red Murktide has Blood Moon now. Maybe the sideboard should be 4 Breaker, 1 Chewer. But Chewer is better specifically against people who only have Artifact Hate. Yeah, I can bring in Endurance. Okay, I don't need Brazen Bower because they don't have like card like Leyline or Dranith Magistrate or anything. And then probably want all my Foundation Breakers. Don't have to bring in Dispute. And I could bring in all my Endurance. Is Ingature the longest standing sideboard card for any deck ever? What do you mean? Just because it was in the OG Living Index? Some people don't play Chewer. I'm one of the few people who still play Chewer. Maybe people started playing Chewer again. Want me to cut all the Force? So Force can be nice in the spots where they naturally draw their... Because they're gonna have like 2 or 3 spell bombs, and forcing a spell bomb is kind of a legit play. But I'll trim at least 2. Grief. Giving some grief is always good. I think I bored out grief too often, maybe. What's up? I'm sideboarding, give me a minute. Yeah, boarding out all the force would make it easy. Endurance not that great against John. Really? Ren and 6, Lurrus. No, I think they're pretty good. So I could do that. I don't think I want to go down the Dismember route. But I guess on the draw it's kind of okay. Do something like that. Alright, let's try that. Alright, a ruler. Need a ruler, you said? Ask your mom, Liz. I don't know. I don't see anything here. As a fellow John player, endurance is good. What about having 2 living in my opening hand? Is that good, chat? Again? I have to keep, right? How many griefs did I keep in? 3. Take his call. Yeah, I have my namesake in my opening hand, my best cards. I didn't keep any force, right? Alright, this game is gonna be extremely, extremely hard. Let's see though. Let's not do anything. Let's not cycle yet. It's like it's... You know what? I think that was a mistake. I should have cycled maybe once. Inquisition. All jokes on them. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, opponent, I'm not just slow rolling. Is Thing in the Ice bugged at the minute? I'm not aware of any bug. So let's not cycle more than we have to. So it's kind of interesting because outside of street races, it cycles for free. So I'm not wasting 1 mana. But if I fetch a lane, I need to get Breeding Pool. I'm going to bolt myself. I'll cycle once, see what happens. Alright. That's kind of nice. We get them evoke. Yes. They don't get to draw. They don't get my foundation breaker. Alright, I mean, going pretty well, all things considered. Still rough because they have Lurisam on the super clock. Like if they just have a force land and not 2 on-tap lands, you can just put Lurrus in their hand this turn and play Spellbomb again next turn. That's why Force of Negation is kind of good in this matchup. Okay, I can live with that. Alright, looks like we're gonna have a window here, which is pretty exciting. The question is, do I cycle now? Probably not because of discard spells. No! How they can cast it too. It's not bad. Might be better than putting Lurrus in their hand since I'm at 6. Wow, I think it's literally the only card they can hit that I care about. If they go Shardless Agent into Thoughtseize, pretty good for them. Worse would have been Spellbomb, obviously. That would have been like Ultimate Daggered. Should have cycled, I know. How could I make such a huge mistake? What a newbie. Alright, chat, focus. That's not it. I think I should do Street Wraith first because of the Waker of Waves. 5 head. No big deal. Actual Hall of Fame. Actual game-winning decisions. Oh! Oh, I disgust myself sometimes. When this deck does its thing, honestly, it really is just so beautiful. And I almost had the triple creature hand. Alright, they need, I don't know, Flame Rift? Kappa? Opponent's been stumbling though, lots of stumbles. Not a perfect hand. I've had a lot of amazing hands today. I don't know, Delta Victor, is this a keep? I only have 1 land. Yeah, I want to put a cooldown on the point redemption. And I also want to maybe automate the redemption for the soundboard. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. It might not be a good idea. Or maybe it is. Whew. Alright. Misty Rainforest. I should almost definitely grief on turn 1. And I want to draw that for land, so I don't want to fetch right away. Not like this, chat. Who wants... Should we set up a little prediction, chat? Am I gonna draw the 3rd living end? A little fun prediction. Oh, it's the mirror match. Ah, I see. Well, I guess I don't have to cast Living End to win. I guess I should take Outburst. Well, this just got really awkward. Now, it doesn't even matter if I hit, because they're gonna have a bigger graveyard than me. Well, I don't know how I win this game. Like, the mirror match is about who draws the most, who draws the most, especially game 1. Who has the biggest graveyard? Hardcasting Creator can be nice, but you still need, like, critical mass in the graveyard. I guess Waker of Waves can negate, like, a lot. Alright, my hand's looking absolutely terrible. There's definitely an argument for just taking a cycling card. They have a much better graveyard, right? I guess maybe I should have kept the River Winder. Just hope they don't draw another Outburst. I don't know why I did that first, but I'll too late now. Yeah, I should actually keep River Winder. I might need all the forces. I need to get real lucky to win this game. I basically need them to never draw an Outburst. Would have taken a Cycler since they had Cascade. Well, the reasoning was that Outburst they can play on my turn and I can't force it easily. Whereas Charlotte's Agent I'm not as worried about. I could maybe catch up. I could maybe catch up. I don't have Curator either, which is nice. Maybe catch up is some copium. I don't know. They could just get really unlucky and draw all their living ends. Do I still need to keep Riverwinder? I guess I'll take a draw step. I'm gonna hard cast it anyway, so I'm gonna cycle. See if I can hit a grief, maybe. It flooded a bit. Yeah, the thing is about the cycling deck is you only have card advantage, so eventually you will like run out of gas and run out of cyclings. Unless you have Curator in play and you're getting to scry every time, but alright. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They only have one Curator. I mean, they only have one. I think maybe I should just cycle Wake Up Waves, right? I mean, it's not even close, actually. They get lucky. Come on. Oh my god. Oh my god. Got him. Wow, that was actual perfects. They gave me the XD in chat. And I'm acknowledging, wait, do I have an architect too? Oh, I do. Patience from Gab? More like luck from Gab. I mean, I said I could catch up. Victor was accusing me of copium excess, but I mean, I guess any cycling car is probably good, right? Alright, so they have one living and gone. Force? I don't care about Force, right? I care about Charlotte's Agent, though. No. I mean, they still have one living end. They could easily find it. It's not easily, but not easily at all. They have a grief, which I don't really care about. Problem is they get to resolve their architects. I wonder if they targeted themselves or not. I think that, well, we're about to find out. I wonder if I actually messed up by, it's possible I messed up. I got so excited and I cycled Curator of Mystery, when really I should have saved it for... I guess I was going to lose it to a grief. Okay, what happens now, though? They have Outburst in hand, right? They reordered their top of the deck, yeah. So I should grief? That Force? Wait. Oh. Oh. Weird. They didn't target themselves. Okay, so they can Outburst next turn, though. But that's kind of okay, I think. Might even be able to kill them. Oh, they get Scry? Are they gonna Scry top? They actually bottom Street Wraith. So what happens if I attack everyone? Probably if I attack with everyone and they have good blocks. They like chomp with everyone and then they Oh, I guess I should cycle first. See what I draw, right? Yes. Or some negation we're looking for. Charlotte's Agent. Nope. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They only take 4. It's not even close. They go whale on whale. I think maybe I have to chill. Just send in the flyers. Grief is definitely getting through, and then they're gonna go flyer on flyer. 1 free on chomp. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't see how people think I have lethal here. Alright. So we know they're drawing Outburst. So I think what I can do is just attack with the 2 flyers. And just chill. Because I can't... If they lose a bunch of creatures, we know they're drawing Outburst. And they just Outburst right back. So I'm in a pretty good spot here. I have Waker in hand. They can't Outburst. Not even sure I want to cycle Waker right away. Maybe I should. Now though. Maybe same? Maybe I'm being a little passive now. The thing is, I think they're just kind of cornered. Because I drew really well. But I guess that's not true. They could just start drawing Wakers too. But they only have 5 lands. 11 damage would have gotten through. I don't know where people are seeing 11 damage. There's Waker of Wave in play. I don't know if you're counting the -1, -0 from Hull, from Waker. You might not be. Alright, I think it's safe to cycle Waker. Can Outburst, but then they Outburst right back. Do need to play a little faster though, because this is... Alright, now I think I can attack all, right? That was the math. No, it was just 4 damage getting through, right? No, it was 1 flyer plus, yeah. They could have drawn Brazen Bower, I guess. But then they have 2 living in, and I can still living in back. I don't have Grief in the yard. Maybe I should have kept backup Outburst. Alright, they have to Outburst. Jeez. Maybe I'm wasting time at this point. Sure. This way I still have a potential living in if I really need it. Yeah, I'm wasting a lot of time, but I think I'll be okay. Famous last words. They said in chat they've never played the mirror. Which, I mean, this game I think they played perfectly fine. It's all bottom. Okay. I guess they weren't playing the clock. Alright, so the plan in the mirror. Endurance, fairy, subtlety, dispute. And then what I do is pour that living end. How many living end do I want to keep? I think 2. And then you want to trim some cascade stuff. I think I was going down to 4 cascade cards maybe. And then Force of Negation you can trim. And then Grief you can trim, I think. Let's see, does that make sense? You definitely want all your cycling cards. And you want... I think you want your subtleties. You obviously want Endurance, Fairy, Macabre. You want Brazen Bar to apply pressure. I think this looks good. How common is Leyline? Black Leyline, very, very uncommon. People just have Endurance. White, they could have White Leyline. How badly does White Leyline own me? Not too bad. I have Brazen Bar. That Bar? No, Bar is really good in the sideboard games. Because the games are way more scrappy and way less about resolving living end. Also, it deals with White Leyline. Why White Leyline? It counters Endurance and Grief. We're all low on green card for Endurance. You're just casting Endurance. But yeah, maybe... Yeah. Force becomes kind of bad, honestly. There's... I mean, it's only a living end. Maybe Brazen Bar, but the living ends are just so hard to get through and so hard for a living end to be good. I thought each Shardless Agent could... or... It is nice to just be able to punish them if they have a slow start sometimes. Alright, this looks good. This looks like a reasonable mix. Okay, I have one of my 2 living ends. I have Endurance. It's possible you still want free living ends and all the griefs, but just like no cascade cards. Alright, I am gonna... Not Grief on turn 1, I think. I'm gonna save it for the best shot possible at getting an Endurance out of their hand. Is this the silliest mirror magic? No, I think it's pretty cool mirror, actually. I don't think it's silly at all. Yeah, maybe having all the living in is good just because the games go so long. But yeah, you don't even really need to resolve living in. Also, keeping free Street Wraith could be kind of cool. I still don't think I need to Grief right away. I think I'm just gonna say go here. Why would I need to grief right away? I don't. It's kind of cool, ideally, if you can manage your resource and keep Street Wraith in hand. I mean, I guess I'm gonna regret not griefing if they have Living In plus Subtlety. Okay, they don't. I definitely want to cycle this now. Cycle this little dude. I want to grief them this turn. See what's up. Oh, they actually had Subtlety Charlotte's Agent and they didn't go for it. They were worried about my graveyard, I guess. So their hand looks really good too. So they have a graveyard of Architect. So I could try and resolve the Living In, but doesn't do anything for me. I think maybe I have to take Subtlety, because the rest of their hand's just redundant. What now, though? I don't think I can do anything right. Death Force. Thing is, do I cast my Endurance now? Do I let Waker resolve? And if they find a thingy, I'm kind of daggered. If they find a Subtlety. I don't think I like Waker resolve. So this is their hand right now. And if I don't do it now, then after that they're gonna have Outburst mana up. They're gonna have 2 or 3 Subtleties on clear. I'm gonna do it now. Just for 1 card's just not worth it. Alright, I have graveyard advantage, but not overwhelming. I have beats advantage, so I'm in a decent spot. Drawing the 1 of Sunken Ruin is probably decent in this matchup. That's also a pretty good draw. I feel like I mostly just drew my opponent this match. I don't know, I think I played my side well in both games, but also think I just had better draws. They could come back though, I mean, they don't need that much. They need a cycling card or 2 and an endurance. I guess they need second green maybe. No, they don't even need to hardcast, yeah. Playing the Curator was honestly, I guess it's okay because I can Living In right back if, yeah, no, playing the Curator had to be good. Alright, now I can just chill, I think. Just not even cycle, this way even if they find Endurance. Kind of see what happens. What are these basics from? I think this is Eurolands, both of them. I think that's the French one. And I think that's Greenland or Iceland. Not sure. I actually should have cycled end of their turn. I think that was a little loose. So right now, I don't even think I need to like do anything, right? They get back Riverwinder, Architect. I get back Architect, Riverwinder, Grief. I could cycle 1 and I have 2 extra creatures and a grief trigger. Yeah, I don't even need to do anything. Because they could still have endurance? Or not. Target them once. Target myself once. I probably could have cycled 1. I feel like if they had endurance, they would have done it before casting. I mean, I guess just subtlety because it's a fair card. It's my last living end. Yeah, to look at the card things is kind of ridiculous, I agree. The new UI. Alright, GG's. It's cried away. The living end? Yeah, but I have to have Curator in play. Which I didn't. You actually found subtlety of that wake up wave, so if I had waited, but it was like awful to wait. It was like, the upside was so ill. The upside was so minimal, and the downside's just I lose the game straight up. Alright. 8-0 in games. I'm winning too much, chat. This is not good. I need to spread my game wins a bit better. My game losses. Alright, 14 matches left, only 20 minutes. Damn, it's always just not enough that I want to start a round. So Cube will have to wait.